to Girl Talk at the Curb. We're going to discuss issues that women are not comfortable with discussing. We're going to put all our insecurities on the line. We're going to discuss what makes us who we are, the person we see when we look in the mirror versus what you see when you see us. We have all shapes and sizes, small, medium, large, So that's where we're going to start. Who'd like to go first?
Well, I guess I'll go first.
Go around like that.
But we're talking about insecurities, right? So my biggest insecurity is a smaller woman. Is the fact that I have no breasts. I've never had breasts. Coming up as a kid, I was always made fun of. I still remember my high school, my elementary school thing. Yeah. I'm not gonna say her name. But if I see her on Shreveport today, I still speak to her, But I mean, yeah, it was hard coming up as a kid with no boobs and just not feeling woman. Because I feel like
Because you ain't have boobs.
I didn't have boobs.
But that don't make you not a
I feel
woman
like-
because you don't have boobs.
And then even
You can buy them now.
you can buy them, and I want to buy them, but then at the
But just
same
think
time,
about when you take your bra off, your breasts don't fall down. When I take my bra off, my breasts just go
Exactly.
Girl,
Like
my breasts-
boom.
my
But I
fall,
cannot
yeah.
walk through the living room, through the grocery store, nothing without a brassiere on.
Right.
Mine deflate when I take my bra. This is a push-up bra, and I'm like,
Oh, wow.
They deflate. It deflate. I had 2 kids.
Well, mine do too because they go down. So that means they deflating.
And that's not mentioning kids and the fact that now I have stretch marks and you see look. See?
But she's my seed.
Oh, please.
Put the leg up.
On my stomach, definitely. It's just like I'm not used to my stomach. Before I did, I just like, yeah, I'm sexy. But now it's just kinda like I even tried on a dress one time and I literally was about to cry. And so I looked at myself and I was like, I feel like a man, I don't have any boobs like this.
It's okay. You're beautiful still.
You are.
I mean, it just goes to show that everybody, some of us wish that we didn't have all this.
Right.
And I mean, your issues are completely different from our issues. Like, I went from having boobs that I won't even go in details about my boobs, but your issues are amazing. Because if that's your issue, honey, when I pull my pants out, my thighs still connected. They don't ever separate. Like, my biggest insecurity are my thighs and my legs. When I walk, everything jiggles. So,
And I think that's sexy on a woman when everything
not when it's cottage cheese mold.
because it lets me know that she's real. You know,
I mean, I'm just saying.
And I think
it
it's
lets me
sexy
know
on a
she's
guy,
a mother.
for
You know,
a guy to see that a woman is real also.
right? Because I feel like that's what's wrong with society because they have painted this picture of a perfect woman, and they make us believe that if we're not a size 6, or if we're not toned, or if we're not going to the gym, or if we're not eating lettuce and carrots all day, that it's not proper to love yourself. Because when people like, oh, you don't want to lose weight?
No.
But I've been fat all my life, so I've dealt with this. Maybe it's something that you haven't came to grips with because you're studying trying to give me your opinion about it. But Crystal loves Crystal.
And it's funny you say that because I get a lot of, you would be pretty if you were heavy, if you had a little more weight on you.
Right. And then
I
people,
think they lie.
and people tell me that all the time, Crystal, you are really pretty, but you know what? If you was about 30 pounds smaller, do you know you'd be killing it? No. I'm not going to cuss because I know I'm live.
I'm calling mine in.
Right. That's why I call myself. No. I'm pretty just the way I am, and I'm so glad that I'm not weak-minded that stuff like that would just break me down and make me go slice my wrist.
Imagine somebody telling you, imagine a teacher telling you that when I was
A teacher.
in high school. Told me,
Wow.
you would be pretty if you had a little weight on you. I was like, okay.
I think when people say things, they don't realize that we already have insecurities about that, and we're already beating ourselves up. So we don't need anybody coming and pointing our flaw out to us.
Right.
That's right. No, I don't need that. And if I feel like if you're my friend, my girls that I hang with, you're gonna come to me and be like, "Girl, you look good today." Not coming and trying to analyze me and be like, "Girl, you know, if you put on a different shirt, or if you put on a body shaper, or if you go walk with me every day." No, what's good for you might not be good for me. I might not be ready in my mind for that. But don't pull me down,
Right.
you know, and make me feel even less than what I already feel.
Well, let me say when I first met you, I thought you were gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh,
y'all.
She is
Like,
gorgeous.
thank you, but I do not let that go to my head because of my childhood upbringing. It was a blessing and a curse. My mother was a drug addict. She was I was born in the penitentiary. I was born with heroin in my system. So I've never took these as a privilege. Like, oh yeah, I'm cute. I ain't gonna talk to them. No, because if God decided to put me in a car right now and just speak to me, my heart and my attitude is still gonna be the same.
That's right.
And I'm hoping my light will shine through all of it. And I really get very shy when women or people in general is like, oh my God, you're so pretty. Oh my God, you're so pretty. I'm like, thank you, but stop, please. Because I don't glorify Crystal in any kind of way. Please don't. Because all my blessings come from God. The person who I am today is because of God. Now, some Christians might not think I'm with Jesus, but I am. And I love him, but I will cuss you out and I will drink my drink.
I told you today.
Praise the Lord. Thank you.
I don't know how to take that.
Right. Well, you say real talk, so I don't know how real y'all want to get with me, because I can let it go real, because I'm not ashamed of who I am. I just don't tell my story because I don't want people to feel sorry for me. I don't use it as a crutch. I don't be like,
But you know, your
oh,
story
Krista got a
is
story, come listen.
Yeah, you don't know.
No.
You have to be able to remember that everybody doesn't want people to know their struggle, and your story may be what they need.
Right.
Like,
Right.
people are committing suicide every day, and people don't realize that as adults, you're bullied. Like, people say what they're they hide their insecurities and highlight your deformities or what's wrong. Like, everybody has insecurities. Everybody has to fight through something, and everybody doesn't get that. Like, I could tell you that I was teased in middle school about being dark skinned. Like, I've never been okay with being dark skinned. So,
Really?
Wow.
And your skin is
And
just
you're
like
beautiful.
it's smooth, yeah.
I know. It look like she don't make up, but she don't.
Right.
Like,
so
oh,
when people say that to me, I don't accept it, because all my years of growing up, I've always been the dark one, or too black for this, or too black for that. So you
Kristen,
never
you're
know.
right. And it just goes to show you how
In
society
tears.
just brainwash you.
I'm a crybaby.
I told you that. That's why I told you to get the
Back, push the wig back, baby.
That's why I told you. That's why I told you when you sat down. I said, get the whole road, quit, because you know you're going to cry.
Oh, wow.
I'm not gonna do it with y'all and her.
Shit, I told you.
That's why she put that champagne in this orange juice.
You want to
so whoever drinking it can tell all their secrets.
No, that's why I just got straight orange juice.
I'm not gonna get out of my
You're right.
Just like old slush and
Well,
just
you know
tell
what? Let me
everybody.
drink just a little bit more.
So you can tell it.
You were going to tell it anyway. I want our friend over here.
Can't put those on spot.
I know.
Well, I
was
mean,
talking to her.
my
She was like,
insecurity is my
Yeah, that's
breasts.
not
I've always been heavy chested. So,
Don't y'all do this, y'all stop.
I'm serious.
I know.
They're going to have everybody
my
on the
friends
panel.
will wear, certain stuff. I couldn't wear it.
And you are so pretty.
I couldn't wear what they wore when I was in middle school, and I got talked about because I was heavy chested, and I still struggle with that because I still can't wear the clothes that I want to wear. I'm insecure around my children because, and I know they love me to death, but I don't like to go to their school because I don't want them to get bullied because I'm a big lady.
But you know what?
No.
It's, oh my God.
But
But
you're
it
so
takes us
beautiful.
as.
You know, we have to be.
Why she go there with
I
that?
know.
Why?
But
you know what?
My biggest thing,
I thank God
I don't
for
like
the curve.
being the fat mama. You know,
But we
how
some fat cute mamas though.
We'll keep
But you know how when we was in school, we tease kids because they mama was
That we-
fat.
they
You know
get
what I'm
away
saying?
I guess.
So,
I guess the reason why I didn't do this is because my mom was already out there. So I didn't want nobody saying about my mom because that was a quick way to start a fight.
right.
It's like, I know my mom on crack, but I wish you would come over here and tell me that's the quickest way to get your hair pulled out.
Right.
So I didn't do other people like
But
that.
see, it's different now because the kids they have
Much
social
more.
media.
Yes,
these
much
phones.
more.
You know, right? And it's like,
I mean, but like when I go to my kids' school, my daughter had got into a little conversation with a little girl because the little girl said, "Oh, your mama fat." And Sky came home and she was crying. I had to explain to her that Sky's society has made fat ugly. Fat is not ugly.
It's the most beautiful thing.
I said,
ever.
now, she's talking about me, but her mother hasn't even raised her right now to talk about people. So I feel like it starts at home because I even tell my children, even with children with handicaps, don't stir at them because they people just like us.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
If you have a question about them, you go to them politely and ask the adult what's the issue, because I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10 they will share what's wrong with that person. So I feel like a lot of it starts at home with the parents for us to tell our children what's right and what's
And
wrong.
then, you know, children are
They grown,
they
yeah.
are brutally
They grown.
Yeah.
They-
honest. You
Come
know
from
what I'm
somebody that
saying?
worked in the school system. I know.
Right.
And you know, like she said, it does definitely start at home because no offense to like the parents, but some of these parents, I don't know. But you know, they see what they see at home. So
Right,
they
right.
in turn bring it to the school and
The thing is, like, everybody doesn't know how to. I don't even know how to put it in a nice way, but instead of dealing with what their issues are and coming to terms with what they are, you find other reasons or other things wrong in other people
That's what
to
I'm
pacify
That's
yourself.
right. That's
And
right.
see, at the end of the day, it's because they're not happy with themselves.
Right.
That-
They
It took me
point
a
out-
long time.
They point
to
out
get
your
there.
wrong. They point out what's wrong with you.
To get attention
To
off of
get
them.
it.
The attention off of them.
Right.
Yeah.
And we even do that as adults because I had a situation in a relationship that I was in, and because I was hurt, I pointed out that this person was, I said, ugly. Okay, so maybe I should not have done it, but because I was hurt, I'm upset. So because I'm trying to
Hurt you,
I'm gonna say,
Right.
okay, well you're
What I
ugly,
think that's
or
gonna cut you.
what I think
That's
gonna
right.
cut you
That's right.
because I'm upset with what you know, I feel like you respected me, whatever, but that was wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like she said, if she took the words right out of my mind, it's because a lot of times we were bullied as kids because they was already, they loved themselves. It was a problem with them. Or we was talked about, even as adults, a woman would look at you and say, your hair's beautiful, but she gonna look at you and say, oh, she fat.
Right.
Exactly.
But your face
It's
and
always
everything
on
is
right.
on point. It's always gonna be
or
something.
they'll find
It's always
out,
something.
girl, your nails, why you didn't get your nails done? Why
Yeah, it's always, you know, my insecurities is rejection, being accepted, or, you know, trying to fit in where I don't fit in, or trying to, you know, okay, am I doing this right, or you know, that's one of my biggest insecurities is rejection. I don't like rejection. So a lot of times I just shy off and just keep to myself, so I won't be rejected, or you know, if I feel a certain way, I won't say it because I don't want to be rejected, or I might not say, well, I want to do this because now she's gonna say I can't do it, or you know, that's my.
So you don't
biggest
like no.
I don't like no. I don't like to be rejected. I just don't like. I like to be accepted. But I have to learn that I'm not gonna always be accepted.
I was
Right,
ready to say
right.
you're not always
I learned that though, that I'm not gonna always be accepted. So you just have to just keep going.
And then sometimes that's God will protecting us because everybody that we think we want to be accepted with ain't for us.
Right.
That's right.
And that's one thing that I'm learning too. Like, I think one of my biggest things is my stomach. My stomach is like, I know I can do some sit-ups and, you know, form it up. But right now that, you know, I'm a little, you know, my stomach area is protruding. It's even in bed. I don't want no one to touch me in my midsection. You know, you can touch me on my leg. You know, you may want to be cuddled. I don't want to be cuddled around my stomach. So I move your hand to you know, maybe to my leg because that way I feel comfortable. Because knowing all of this is here, it's my insecurity. I just don't want it to be touched at all. At all. And even like my husband, he'll grab me and on my, like he's sitting down there. I get like so irritable that I don't touch, you know, touch me anywhere, but just don't touch me around my midsection.
But then that makes them feel some kind of way.
And I know that's what I'm learning, that, you know, I'll never want him to feel that, you know, I don't want him to touch me.
Right.
But then I'm so insecure about it that I don't, you know, sometimes it's like, hey, you know, and he's like, I love your stomach. Then I'm like, oh, so you saying I'm fat? So, you know, I'm being on the offensive.
Right.
But,
Right.
but I'm learning that, you know, if somebody's with you and they love you,
Regardless
regardless of the size, you just have to embrace it.
Right.
And see, I have issues with my stomach area, but not as bad. You know, I've learned to accept who I am.